Hi, thank you for checking out my video. I really appreciate your support. Already you have to make an appearance? Here, go. So that's my puppy. He's new. He's only about 13 weeks old, and he's a poodle, Shih Tzu, Chihuahua mix. I love him very much. Go look at him. He's so very spoiled, my baby. Hmm? No biting. Go play. So I've got him, and I've got a bunny who's about 20 weeks old, and I have my kitty cat. So yeah, this video isn't about them, it's about me. All right, basically I'm here to give you an update on where my education and career is headed so far. I've been working so hard over the last, I want to say 14 months or so. I started school back last August, or I registered in June. The mod didn't start till August. But here I am. I'm about to graduate. Yes, your girl here is about to have her bachelor's degree in child studies. October 21st is my last day. I will walk out of there with my transcripts, and I'll be the first person in my immediate family to have her bachelor's degree. And I am just so blessed and overcome with a sense of joy and accomplishment that this is actually happening to me. Right now, I'm in my student teaching mod. Last mod was my practicum 3. I took 2 courses, but because this course is a 6 credit course, I can only take it and still, um, not have to pay way more higher because student loans are no joke. So when you take more than 2 classes at this college I am attending, on top of student loans or whatever Pell Grants I received, I'd have to come out of pocket. So anyway, I got special permission to be able to do my student teaching this mod because, as I stated, I'll graduate in October, and each mod is about 8 weeks long. So after this mod, I have 2 more classes: assessment, observation, and also a psych class. There are a lot of psych classes for education for some reason, but I guess since you're dealing with children, it's important to be able to get into their psyche and understand why they're behaving the way they are. As a SPED paraprofessional, which means I work with special ed children who have academic or behavioral issues, and my dog is harassing my cat over there. Um, he bothers her. I don't know why, what pleasure he gets from it, but he bothers her. Anyway, so like I said, I work with the SPED children, and my original plan was to get my BS and then go on to a certification program that goes only up to kindergarten. Now, having spoken to teachers in the field, administration, and having done my research, I realized that's not the path for me. This is a very competitive field. Teachers want to make their 20 years or 25 years in order to drama over here. I'll show you these guys later. Can you hear her screeching? In order to retire and get their full benefits. So for me, starting at 36, there's no guarantee I'll find a preschool or kindergarten position right after graduation. But by switching my plan a bit, instead of going to Charter Oaks, which has an excellent program, I've met with the lady, I've spoken to a lot of people, I've done my research. It is a great program, but just kindergarten is not enough. I feel like if I'm going to go this whole way, I need to broaden my perspectives, um, my prospects, should I say. Remember, English isn't my first language, so don't clown me for saying perspectives rather than prospect. I just speak 4 languages. So back to the story at hand. Basically, I'm going to be going to a state university. Yay! I've gotten in touch with the dean of a program that they're actually starting this year. So it's a pilot program, and people are going to be going for their post bac as opposed to a master's in education. The post bac is a bridge between your bachelor's, post bac, and then your master's, which I will also be pursuing after I'm done with the post bac. So as soon as I graduate in October, I'm going to start the winter semester at the state college, not the same one I attended earlier in my life. I don't know if I've ever shared this, but I grew up in a very strict religious family. My dad's a pastor of a Pentecostal church, and I mean, this is a strict Pentecostal church. No pants for women, no makeup, no hair, no boyfriends, no movies, no cell phone. Um, it was very oppressive for me. Now, this is not to badmouth the religion in any way. For people, I have family members who still practice, so I try to be really respectful of their beliefs. It's just not my system of beliefs, you know. Don't bring me to America to be an Americanized woman and expect me to live by those archaic rules and principles. So I celebrate Christmas, Easter, the whole nine. I wear pants, makeup, and jewelry, and I don't believe that that will interfere with my relationship with God. There are so much more important things in the world for God to focus on someone's outward appearance. But in any case, let's not delve into theology. I want to stay focused. But that was just some background to understand why once I hit college and not being able to have been independent for the majority of my life, and then to going to campus to be part of a university, and I just went free. I went crazy, and I missed out a lot. My original major was education with a minor in theaters and communication. But like I said, I joined a sorority. I was hanging out all the time. And so I missed out on a lot. And then 9/11 happened. There was a lot going on. So now at 36 years old, I'm about to be a holder of a bachelor's degree, the first one in my immediate family to do so. And my parents have been very supportive, you know, especially during this last practicum. My brothers, their wives, my parents, like I said, and also my daughter's family. My daughter and I, you know, my her father and I are not together. We haven't been together in over 7 years. She's 8. He's got his own life, his own situation, but his mom, his dad, his sisters, they have been it's good to have a support system. They have been, without a doubt, so very supportive of my career aspirations and have been there. Even right now, my daughter's with her aunt and her girlfriend shopping for back to school supplies. And, you know, they don't owe me that. You know, they didn't lay down and have a baby, but they're Puerto Ricans, I guess. They just got that heart. And I've been blessed by God to have a nice network of people to uplift me, and they see I'm trying to make the best of my life for my daughter, and they've been very supportive, and I don't know that everyone gets that, so I'm really grateful for the network of people I have around me. He's biting my toes. Why are you biting mommy's toes? Can't you see mommy's trying to make this very serious video here? uh, he's very naughty. My daughter, the reason we have this puppy is because my daughter earned the grades. Her behavior changed dramatically or drastically since we had an issue over this past year as well, and it affected her. I started. I got back into communication with a person from my past who I've known since I was 15, and he was dealing with PTSD, and there was a lot going on, and he stayed with us for a while. So, I mean, you know, she was very affected by that period in her life. And so it's also the same time I went back to school. So she earned this puppy. You know, she's a little soldier, and I love her. And back to life, right? Back to my story, the focus. Here, you have to go, honey, so mommy can focus. So, like I said, I did my practicum 3. Now, that I did at the school where I'm currently employed. I did it in a kindergarten classroom. The teacher's Miss Sobolisky. Her children also attend my daughter's private school, and I'm actually the Girl Scout troop leader or co-leader for the Brownies troop one of her twins was in. So it was really interesting to see how the dynamic shift. I do bingo volunteer with her at the school. We do a lot of things together. So to have her as my cooperating teacher for Practicum 3 was quite interesting. We had a lot of fun, but there was a lot of learning there as well. She was very fair to me, and her expectations were made clear to me, regardless of our previous relationship. Secondly, I'm now, as I said, finishing up my capstone. This is my last week, my final week in my capstone experience, and whew, it's that has been a lot. I've been doing that at a Head Start program, under the guidance of Miss Josette, who I love. I've known her for like 13, 15 years before my daughter was even born. I was employed there in the past, which is why I knew it was a quality program to return to. And they deal with fed children before they're even diagnosed, before they're even medicated, before they even have a plan of action aside from the IEP and outside support. So, I mean, it's been a very interesting 8 weeks to say the least. And I'm really sad to leave the kids behind, but I'm very fortunate that at 36, I'm doing this. You know, there's a lot of things that could have stopped me from going forward. And it's been a hell of a ride, I'll tell you, but I'm so happy I decided to do so because I see the light at the end of the tunnel. And afterwards, like I said, I'll be going to the state college, the university, to do my post-bac program. After speaking with the dean, and I have my interview pending this week as well, but I already know I'll be getting in there. After speaking with the dean, they evaluated my credits, and I only have to do 8 classes. 8 classes, and I'll have my post back, and I can apply for certification through the state of Connecticut. And I will be certified for nursery through third grade with special ed, integrated special ed. So this means it opens up a broader spectrum of what kind of positions I can work in. I won't be limited to kindergarten or pre-K, but I can teach nursery school, pre-K, preschool, first, second, and third grade, which in kindergarten, obviously, which it's a competitive market. I say all the time, you cannot limit yourself if you have the opportunity to elevate, level up. So, and that's about it, really. I'll have some pictures of me working in the classroom. I do have videos on of me interacting with the children, planning lessons. It was overall a very positive experience. I have to take one more psych class and observation and assessment class. The university gave me a special, I don't want to say dispensation, but because I had a 3.5 GP at the time, and expressed to them how because of me doing my practicum last mod, I only was able to work part-time. And for me to work part-time, go through the summers and not receive a paycheck because I'm an assistant and not an actual teacher, and then to go into September, October with no paycheck because student teaching is 200 hours versus the 100 of practicum. So for those 8 weeks, I'd had to work like, the way I broke it down was 25 hours a week for 8 weeks. I wouldn't be able to afford my lifestyle, or let alone my daughter going to private school. So they allowed me to flip it and do my student teaching capstone 6 credit class during the summer break. And I have my last 2 classes coming up starting the 27th. And those are 8 weeks. So October 21st, I'll have my bachelor's degree and I'll be moving on to my post-bac. So I really want to make this video to just motivate anyone, single mothers, troubled people who have issues in their teens, men who want to change their career, whoever, LGBT people who just have dreams and feel limited or held down by other people's perception of what you can accomplish in this life. Ignore them. You can do anything, and I mean you can accomplish anything in this world you set your mind to. You just have to work for it. I could have said forever, I want to teach, I want to be a teacher, but I had to take the steps necessary. I had to put in the work. I had to come up first with a plan of action and then follow through. And by God's grace, I've been able to do so. I'm so very thankful. Like, I don't want to be emotional, but my little girl and I, we had a house fire. And I lost everything I owned. And even now, almost 6 years later, I still become emotional thinking about it because I was done, I had nothing, and now God's blessed me with everything, and I have goals. I know I want to purchase a home in the next couple of years to have equity towards her college career later on, and to have something that's our own. Right now I have a bunny, I have a dog, I have a cat, I work, I co-lead a Girl Scout troop. She does dance. She's living the American dream, and I had to do it for myself. I couldn't sit around and wait for a man to come and relieve me, to come and help me. Thankfully, like I said, I have the support of family, but I had to do it by myself. I had to put together a plan and I had to follow through with it. So, anyone out there who wants to change your lives, it's never too late. Get in the game. Get your knees and hands dirty. Dig, dig, dig. Find the strength, and little by little, you'll get closer to the light at the end of the tunnel. Like I said, last year when I first started, I kept thinking I gotta do this whole year, almost a year and a half, to get my BS. But each mod, I knocked off one class, I knocked off two classes, and now I'm at the end, and I only have two courses left, and they're only 8 weeks. So 5 years from now, I'll be looking back very accomplished. Not on a yacht or anything, who knows? But when I'm closing and signing escrow on my home, I'll know that I did it and I know what work it took for me to do. So my bunny's hopping. I really want to thank everyone. I'll show you some clips, like I said, or some pictures. And I guess I'll show you my bunny because she's awesome. That's my bunny Wednesday. That's her cat Olivia. And there's her dog Goldie. So this is my family, aside from my daughter who's away with her auntie. All right, now here comes the pictures. Thank you guys once again, and I really am grateful for the questions and thoughts and just the guidance I've received over the last year. Say bye. Bye.